Shadows of Xana has to be one of the hardest platformers I've ever played. It's exactly what you think when you think of your basic Mario Maker level. And I mean that both good and bad ways. Let's break this down. So, Shadows of Xana has to explore the realm of Xana, or Zana. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Pretty much, there's not much plot here. The kingdom is being consumed by darkness. It is your job as the special agent to go and explore it, this mysterious new realm, and figure out what's going on. And the game, I will say, controls wise, I like it. The movement feels clean. The attacks you have, you can swing your sword. Later on, you get more and more abilities as well. Eventually, you get kind of like a pogo stick ability, similar to like Ducktales. You get this magic ball that you just get to throw out, which is nice to have, and you get some other stuff too, a dash and all sorts of other stuff. But the further I got into this game, the more it kind of wore down on me. I probably put about 3-4 hours into this game, so I got a decent ways through. And at first I was enjoying okay. The controls were a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. It took a while to get used to the controls. I ended up actually changing the button mapping on my control to be something that made a bit more sense for me. I didn't like the dash being a button. There was some moves in the game where you have to do I'm gonna call them dash jumps. Pretty much you have to dash, get a boost of speed, and jump at the same time. And trying to hit both X and circle in tandem just didn't work well with the game. I ended up moving to the shoulder button. That worked a lot better in my opinion. And a lot of things in this game, it feels like the gameplay, the controls are almost there. I found myself a lot of times, mainly with the dash and dash jumping, I almost feel like I lagged for like a split second. Just enough to where I was questioning myself, like, is this me? Is it the game? Is it a little bit of both? And I did have a few issues with the game performance-wise. Sometimes, I would be good. I'd be good for like 30 minutes or whatever. Other times, I would have stuttering that range from just a little bit to, holy crap, this is borderline unplayable. And it might have been my computer. I don't have the most powerful computer, but I have one that's been able to handle much bigger, expansive 3D games. Not to put down 2D platforms. I love me a 2D platformer. But you are down to just two axes, so typically isn't as intensive on hardware as a 3D game would be, especially given, bigger games. I just kept sitting here like, I was sitting here and all I could think is this like it needs a bit more optimization for it to truly be where this game needs to be. Especially since starting as soon as the second main area, once you beat the first boss, the game starts going up in difficulty a lot. And it starts entering, I feel like, borderline Kaizo. Not the unfair kind of Kaizo of like, oh, you don't know what's going to happen next. You can see the level in front of you. I was finding myself running into these areas where I was like, holy crap, I'm literally have a single block to jump on. You have to, you have to do these pinpoint jumps. You literally have single rotating blocks, fire bars, a laser beam above you. And it just gets way too congested, and it does end up leaving me frustrated as a player more often than not. You talk to someone who's played through some pretty frustrating games. Again, I've played hundreds of hours in the Mario Maker, and I'm just sitting here and I could play the game for about 30 minutes at a time, but not much more than that. I end up just getting upset and just like, gosh, I just don't want to play this. Last thing I'll say on the game, it truly does feel like an adventure. You go around, you meet these different characters who explore this realm, NPCs, and you slowly learn more about the realm of Zana. And I do like that vibe. If you've ever played the Shantae games, the writing is very similar, very tongue-in-cheek, not taking itself too seriously, having some fun, but not like fourth wall break or anything. But I do like the dialogue between the main character and some of the side characters. That is a lot of fun. But the story is not the strength of this game. The strength of this game is the level design and the platforming. Something that I feel like needs to be worked on just a little bit more to really perfect it. Again, I almost feel like this is a game that's so close there. I would almost love an update just to fully bring it together. Give us an update that polishes the game a bit. Maybe gives us a bit more of a forgiven health bar. Maybe Easy mode. I don't know Borderline easy mode. I think that's a little too much, but just something that just makes it feel an overall smoother experience. Because there's just a bunch of little icks throughout it. But as a whole, the game's $9.99 on Steam. If you like platformers, especially those hardcore ones, I would say I recommend it. And of course, a shout out to the devs who did give me a free key for the game. I do appreciate it as always. It's always great to be given keys for games, especially again a game like this that I probably would have never heard of otherwise. It's awesome to get that, so thank y'all so much for that. But without further ado, we're gonna wrap up the video here. So thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy as always. Have a great night. Bye.